Dun 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 dun. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sweetjones. Coming at you with the vid that you all been most impatiently demanded and just could not wait. Period. To see. But before I go any further, huge shouts out, main shout out to my dog, Mr. Russ411, my partner in this whole fix. You know what I'm saying? He came up with the idea of the paint fix to get the cement the right color, and I came up with the fix to get the elephant print engraved. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a partnership, me and him. You know. And huge shouts out to everyone else. The main three people, I'm not no favoritism on us, but just when I was looking at my videos and my partner's videos, they just pointed out to me the most because they was just so eager to get it. So I'm gonna do this vid just for them. No disrespect to anybody else, but shouts out to Morehead93. I hope I got them last digits right. Shouts out to Dread, my dog Dread. Shouts out to Twilight, and shouts out to J Mill Hitmaker. He came on my vid like, man, I can't wait to get this. Like, y'all gonna keep it secret? No, big dog, we're not gonna keep this secret. You know what I'm saying? I kept my word on that. But to be honest with you all, this vid was supposed to come out Thursday. We were gonna do this week. It was gonna be Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We emailed back and forth debating on when we were gonna drop this. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for my partner, Mr. Russ, to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was getting a little hustle off the side for this, and I ain't getting mad at him all. Get your paper while you can. But, you know what I'm saying, we had to, sorry, again, if this vid might seem rushed, you know what I'm saying, but we had some bitch-assness in the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to point old dude out, you know what I'm saying, because he ain't worthy to be pointed out. But like I said, for once, this is a partnership, like I said, 50-50. And Mr. Russ said he was not ready or he was doing something else, and I agree with that. Like, okay, do your thing. I was not going to jump ahead of him, nor was I going to fall behind and leave him out stuck. Or just scapegoat him for whatever reason, because this is a partnership. If he was doing something, I was going to patiently wait for him. That's all I was doing. I was just sitting back and letting him do his thing, get his hustle, get his money. And basically, he was helping you all, like, with the cement print fix. Because mine is, it's good, but it's just a tad bit sloppy when I was just, kind of rushing it. So he was just perfecting it with folks, because he was waiting on me, you know what I'm saying, to get my shoes in. So he said, while I'm doing this, I might as well do this for people that want it. And, you know what I'm saying, when I got my shoes in and did the print, there was still people that were coming towards him and saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So he was waiting for them to get in. So, okay, I'm going to wait on them to get in. They never came in. So, but like I said, we had some bitch asses with one dude apparently going around saying, I got the fix, I got the fix. Like I said, first of all, if your name is Mr. Russ411, or if you ain't Sweetjones0218, exactly, homeboy, back your ass up. This was our fix. You know what I'm saying? We were going to release the vid. Best believe. Don't sit there and try to run off as if you know whatever you can do. But like I said, I only have one question. I'm not going to discuss that any longer. Because like I said, we moving on to bigger things. But if this fix was so easy and not hard to do, like you stated on my vid, why weren't you the first one to post up a video of the fix? Exactly. You ain't got no excuse nor explanation for it. But like I said, we're going to move on with this because this ain't a rant vid. I just had to establish that. Now we finna go on to the fix, which you all been waiting for. But like I said, you will need a wood burning pen. Like I said, this is an official source you getting this from. A wood burning pen. Like I said, to do this. We got, Mr. Russ got these first. He got all the materials first, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he was waiting on me, you know what I'm saying? I had to get my money right. And plus, on top of that, it was finals week. So I was studying real hard for that. You know what I'm saying? So he got all the materials. He went to Joann's for that. I think it's Joann's craft store or something. I never heard of that damn store in my life at all, to be honest with you. So I had to Google the name and do a store locator on the site, the store's main site. And apparently there was one within 2 highway exits down from me. So I just went there to see how it was. And I think I paid, I forgot how much I paid. I think I paid $8 or $17. I know for a fact it's cheaper online, but only $2, $3. So it's basically, if you are an impatient person, go ahead and copy because it really ain't going to hurt you that bad, extra $3. I think I paid $17 or $18 for that, and it came with all the chisels. It came a whole set of chisels. You will need this chisel, though, the 5.1. They come with a slanted one. They come with I forgot what the chisels were, but do not worry about those. Worry about this because that's the one you will need for this fix. And another thing, this is a caution. This thing burns at 1,080 degrees. I looked it up, 1,080. That's some hot ass shit you working with. Only mess with the green handle or whatever color handle you will begin. Only mess with this. And this is plastic, so it gets hot from time to time, so you will need to put it down. You know what I'm saying? And don't mess with that either. You know, I don't know what's the point of that. I guess it's the, I don't know, the cool from there on out down, I don't know. But do not mess with this, and do definitely not mess with that tip, because that's where the main source is the heat's going to be at. But like I said, plug it up, wait for it to heat up. It's basically like a hot glue gun without, you know, the glue or the trigger or the squeeze and all that. You wait for it to glue up, and this is the method. Do not slant, because this, like I said, this is hot, just as hot as that tip. So when you like slant, as if you're writing a pencil to get the heating, you're going to touch that midsole eventually and do like my ass did when I was like slightly rushing or doing a first timer at it. And, you know, you see them little dots? That's where the tip touched it, and it kind of messed it up. But I'm not going to worry on that, because that's just slight. Like I said, this is the first time doing it, and your first time will only be your sloppiest time, because you know what to do. But since I'm posting this vid, I'm giving you all the what nots to do. But anyway, do not slant. Do like this. No, straight up. No slant, no nothing. Follow the lines. Follow the lines. Like I said. And also, if it's like the line is damn near at the bottom like this, I didn't do, hold up. Yeah. You see that little small little section right there? You're going to have to let that go, because you ain't going to be able to get through all that. Because it's so far down in there. And once you like try to do it, it will touch that midsole. It will mess it up. But like I said, just worry about the middle part and you will be just fine. No one's going to notice the deep end. You know what I'm saying? The middle part. And another thing, do not under any circumstances, because it will burn it off. And you're going to have to re-stitch again. Do not mess with the stitching. Stop right before the stitching and do not touch it, because it will mess up. Because before I did this on these shoes, I had a test dummy, and it was an authentic pair of white Air Force Ones. They were beaters, so I was like, okay, fuck it, just use that. And it burned a stitch off on those. What you think it's going to do on these where it's synthetic leather and probably cheap yarn material as well? See, it's going to burn the whole thing off. But like I said, YouTube, this really, it's not that hard. It's just tedious, and you got to be careful, and you got to be cautious. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this was my first strokes were over here. This was my very first when I started out. And I'm going to show you right now. This is how, like, lethal the thing is. You see that little, yeah, you see that little hole right there where light is coming through? That was my very first stroke. It burned through the whole layer and got through there. So you got to be very careful with it. Just go gently. Do not, when you get it, cram it in like, yeah. Do not slam it and like press down like that. You see how I'm praying? Do not do that under any circumstance. Gently glide, because it's so hot that you will see it just like basically melt it all the way. Just glide with it. Glide with it. And also know another thing, like compared to the Authentics, these Chinese folks made some wacky cement design. I never knew a circle design right there. Or any of them for that, man. I never knew they looped in the circles. I may be wrong. I may not. But yes, this is the method to get your cement print engraved. Like I said, shouts out to Mr. Russ411. You know what I'm saying, my partner in this. You know what I'm saying, like I said again, he came up with the cement idea to make the shoe tone darker, and I came up with the wood burning method. And basically how I stumbled across this, I was bored, like I told you one day. This was the method I came up with where I told you the aqua video. If you ain't seen it, just look at it. And I said two methods. One is going to be a breakthrough. This was that breakthrough, the cement print. I found this on Soul Collector, I think. And there was a sneaker customizing method. So like, damn, let me see if this will work on the threes. And as you can see, it worked miracles. Oh yeah, but nothing. When you get done with the cement, engraving it, it will burn all the black lines that was on it previously, and it will look like a styrofoam was beneath it. It'll be like a yellowish, whitish tint. That's a definite no-no. You need to buy a black paint marker. I got this from Joann's as well. Joann's, I bought 2 of these, so it was like $8. So all in all, the thing what Mr. Russ said was like it was gonna be like at least $30 or $30 at the most. He was actually right. I wasn't thinking. I was like, yo, that ain't right. I don't think I paid $30. But thinking about it, I did, but I had all my supplies already from previous jobs. Like I said, you will need a paint marker. I bought 2 of these. The other one got messed up because I was engraving so hard to make sure I got all the indentures in that the tip went bad. So I had to, you know what I'm saying, cop another one. So best believe when you out there, buy at least 2 paint markers because the first one is going to go bad. You know what I'm saying? I had to waste gas to go out and buy another one. And it could be Prismacolor. This is Elmer's. It could be Prismacolor or whatnot. But I find Elmer's to be the best if you ask me. I'm saying they got the fine tip as well. And if you see that, I hope I can see it. That tip is looking a little dull down already. It's got to be a real fine point tip. But luckily on these retro releases, Jordan to thicken out the elephant print. But if you got the OGs with the Nike Air on the back instead of Jumpman, your elephant print's got to be really thin and precise. Like I said, if anybody got the OGs and they try on this, let me know how yours turned out. I definitely want to see these. Because I want this OGs with the Nike Air on the back. But like I said, YouTube, this is how to do the fix. If you will have to do the paint fix as well because your print will come too light. But like I said, look at my dude Russ for his section on the paint fix. Look at mine for the embossment. Combine them and you will have yourself a legit looking pair of threes. I done wore these. Matter of fact, the only time I wore these was to the grocery store because it took like 4 days to do the whole fix because the embossment took about an hour 15 to 2 hours. So it wasn't that hard. Russ just took his time because he was professional, like I said, and plus his shoe was bigger than mine. And plus, like, the painting took like 3 days. I had to wait for it to dry because that's not leather. It was soaking in first. So you got to give it a lot of time to dry. But the only time I busted these out was at Publix, believe it or not. And I had one girl flag me down. She was like, I like your True Blues. And it threw me off because she was in scrubs. But I looked down at her feet. She had on some Air Max. So I was like, she must be a sneakerhead too. And I was like, yeah. It's like, ain't those coming out of jail? I'm like, yeah, they come out on the 4th. You know what I'm saying? She didn't ever ask me if they were real or not. So I wasn't going to come out of the blue and say, oh, yeah, they fake. But if she was to ask me, I'm going to tell her the truth. Ain't no point in lying. But like I said, you will turn some heads once these are done. So like I said, we did this vid for you all. We're supposed to do it on Thursday, but we did a little early, YouTube, just so you can get, you know, you're saying your 3 game together. Because I know the True Blues are coming out on the 4th. That is not too long from now, especially with how China ships. So now you can buy out your 3s, get your True Blues, get your black cements, get your white cements, buy the wood burning pen from Joann's, and just go away with it. Alright, YouTube,